Hello. So this is the last deck haul that I'm doing. So yeah, this one is the more, I guess, spiritual, the most overtly spiritual in nature, I guess. And it's an old deck. It's been on the market for a while, as was the other one that I did. Really, both of them. They've been out for years. But this one is the Yogic Path, or a Yogic Path. And it's more like Oracle. It's not tarot, just like the other ones were not tarot either. So this one essentially is 54 cards. It's about the Vedas. Yeah. Essentially, I just bought it because I've been eyeing it for a while, but I like never, I don't know, I never delved deeper into like this. Like, I had a deck, I think I still got it upstairs, but the only thing I've come close to is like Ayurveda, and that's because like I'm also interested in massage, so I'm a massage therapist. So like it goes well, but like as far as like the Vedas and reading and yoga and all that stuff, I'm not particularly like fond of, or like invested in is the better word for it. I'm not as invested in it. So yeah, you get the book, the guidebook. It's basically every card has its own page, at least a full picture description, things like that. I feel like they just they talk about just the concept in general. They do upright and reverse, which is not something that I personally would feel like this deck would need. It seems like it seems like this deck doesn't need that. It doesn't need a reversal or upright definition. It actually detracts from the actual deck because the concepts are universal enough to see upright or reversed when you explore them, and you don't need that written and explained to you. I feel like it would have just done better like not, and just like explaining the core principle about it, and then you go from there. That's just how I feel. Yeah, that kind of turns me off now. Like a deck like this, decks like this don't need reversal. Like I don't know, that is throwing me off. It, like, okay, it comes up reversed. Like, I'm pretty sure, because even like, okay, this is a very visual kind of deck, right? You reverse it, you may start to see very different things from it. You may start to notice details about it that are not apparent, right? And if you understand the concept, then the colors, the imagery, things like that, it may be more apparent what the reversal energy is. But I don't think we need a book on that. I don't know. It doesn't seem like we need a book on that. Anyway, these are the backs. They're pretty thick individual cards. So if you like, what's the one, like the Starlights, and then the other one, it's like is it the Work Your Magic? It's something. It's like the one where she got like 3 different ones. There's one's like Palladian and Lemuria, and then there's another one is like Mermaid and shit. You know, that one. I don't think is she the person, or is it the other lady? I think it's the Danielle lady that got the Danielle. Yeah, she's the one that got the Star Child, the Moon Child. She's the one that's on that wave. So yeah. But this is what it looks like. So I guess I gotta start learning this, or it's gonna be helpful to someone. It may be somebody on this page needed. I don't know. I may end up, you know what this seemed like? I took a Nada yoga class years ago. If you want to know about my experience, I think I put a video up about that like years ago, so I'll find it. I lie and say I'll put this shit up for y'all, and I just never do. I'm like, go find it. It's been 3 years, but go find it. I just feel like I never help y'all out with that. I'm like, yeah, I'll upload it, and it's just like, bitch, you never uploaded the shit. Like, I can't find it. Because then the title won't even be what I said it was about. It'll be like looking for spring clothes, and then I just happen to mention that shit. I know, because I just know myself. I just know that I just be like fucking the shit. I just know. But anyway, I think that this would be really good for people who are interested in learning Vedic. And they're just like dipping their toe. They're not, I don't want to say they're not serious, but like, you're probably not that serious. And it's okay. It's not like, right, like for me, this is just to familiarize yourself. I think also, this is another one, if you want to combine with like other like energies to explore like astral projection, or explore like, for me, particularly projection, or like energy, how can I say this? Like energy encapsulation. Like, what does the channeled encapsulation of energy, channeled energy, what does it feel like to channel this kind of stuff? Or creating art with it. What does art look like that brings forth the energy of, say, okay, samadhi? Is that right? I don't know. What art can you create that channels that energy, and just focus on that? I think we need, like I said in one of the other videos, like more practical applications of our spirituality. And I feel like a lot of people would feel less, to be very honest, depressed about moving forward in their lives if they were to actively take steps every day to do something, or take the time out to do something. And that's a very, I guess, privileged position, but I don't like delving into stuff like that when it comes to that, because people use that as a barrier to listening to what someone actually has to say, and kind of just disregarding it. And I find that that is just kind of like, you know, you can learn from people from all walks of life, and it doesn't necessarily invalidate everything that they say. You know, you can still learn from people who have certain things about them that may seem like a privilege, or what you perceive is out of your reach, out of your occupation, station, creed. But that if you want to work through that issue, you can, because it is a issue of being in the 3D identity. I have a whole thing about identities, and like, you know who you are. We talk about this stuff like a lot because it gets on my nerves, and I kind of feel like this is one of those decks, because it is rooted in someone's cultural identity, that you need to, I feel like if you are interested in identity, then a deck that specifically ushers in the philosophies, the teachings, the yearnings, the desires from a specific identity pool, you may like this deck. That's what I'm getting. And you're interested in the individuation from an identity, the running towards an identity, and what it means to be in the 3D physiological, psychological, emotional plane of living within and having this being. And I was thinking about like human beings, like the human part, cool, but how are we being human? Like, what does that constitute outside of like, oh, we can talk, or oh, we can sing, or oh, we have processes, we can make tools and stuff like that. Like, what is this being, and why do we say human beings? Why haven't we dissociated the human from the beings type thing? And I think it starts to drive the idea of identity in a 3D physical plane. And I feel like we're having a struggle with identity, and not in the ways that people think. I think people are struggling with having an identity because we've been taught to dissolve identity in the pursuit of higher consciousness. And I think that that's a dreadfully terrible path to go down, because you live on the 3D, and if you don't have an identity, you don't have a core, it's just very easy to begin to pick you apart. And I feel like we got until Pluto's in Pisces to figure that out, because I feel like once you can deal with your identity and the many different facets that come up in life, like identity as it relates to race, as it relates to age, as it relates to like your physical being, as it relates to educational, like these are identifiers of identity, these are identity markers, and you begin to investigate, instigate, castrate some of those ideas that are projected onto you, and also you project out, and that opposition and that force and that tug and that pull, you do become a lot, closer, I feel like, to universal power. But it's sitting in an identity and being okay with the push and the pull, the opposition, the weirdness of that makes it, like, I don't know, I feel like we're in a space where people just, they want everybody to be one, and it's just kind of like you're faking it and you're forcing it, and it's not how the world really works. People have identities for reasons. Tangents, it's why I'm in religion, when they talk about whether or not Jesus, usually this is the person that they go, is black or white. If you're made in his image, that's not necessarily his image. It's the image of consciousness, purpose, will. He would have to have, or she would have to have, or it would have to have on earth some physical form. Even if that physical form was a tree, it would have to be an oak tree, mulberry, like it would have to, you would have to have a physical presence, right? Like, I don't, these are the things I think. These are the things I think of off camera. Off camera. This is what I think about. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.